So some of the things that I have made that I wanted to update everybody on, especially people like this comment here who have just gotten a knitting machine and want to know where to start. Some of the things that I have found and some tips that hopefully will help you be successful using your ultimate knitting machine. That could also maybe work if you found the Brother knitting machine or the Silver Reed knitting machine as well. So the first thing you want to do is go get some of these claw weights. These have been amazing and are way better to use instead of these clips and rubber bands that Bond said to use. These are so great. These I struggled with using because the rubber band would like fly off the S-hooks and all this stuff, and these so great. Go get these no matter what. And they're super easy to get. They're available on Amazon. I think I got 4 or 5 of them for like $20–25. So projects that I've made with it so far. I have made this beanie hat, which is a single layer beanie hat. I have made this drop stitch scarf, which you might think might look a little bit familiar if you've seen a lot of my other tutorial videos, because I made the same scarf using my Centro circular knitting machine as well. And I have made this scarf now multiple times, and I am just absolutely in love with this drop stitch. I love how it feels and just everything about it. The one thing I will say is this scarf was a bit easier to make on the Centro circular knitting machine, just because you're already knitting in the round and then you drop your stitches. Whereas on a bed knitting machine or a panel knitting machine, you're making it in a square or rectangle panel. So then once you drop your stitches, you have to make it into a tube. So we had to match or stitch up the sides and then put it together. So it was a few more steps to do. So I really like my Centro for making beanie hats and things like scarves in the round. The other thing that I also made using the pattern book that this machine came with is this ear warmer headband. Now I just made the largest size, and this is definitely for an extra large head. I have a tiny head, so this was a little bit big, but it was just teaching me how to use my machine, so I'm not mad. Because look, I made stripes, and it was kind of your introductory to starting like fairs, aisles, and how to incorporate multiple colors into a project. And it came out beautiful, I think. Besides the fact that it's too big for my head, it came out super nice. I was talking about how to do different seaming and everything. It turned out really well. But absolute best thing you can do if you have a Bond America knitting machine, if you have an Ultimate Sweater knitting machine, or even a Brother or Silver Reed knitting machine, is I found, go check out, it's called on YouTube, Knitting with Cheryl Burnett. I will put her name in the video description below. And she has videos that she made. She used to teach classes on how to use the Bond knitting machine in I think the 80s and 90s. These videos are very old. They are so cute. And it's called Meet Your Bond under her playlist. And she teaches you step by step how to set up and use this machine, and teaches you how to make a sweater. This is your first little sample project. It's 9 videos. I did it with her step by step, and you are making a panel for a sweater. She teaches you casting on, the ribbing, how to increase, how to decrease, how to do shoulder shaping, and how to do your neckline. That's the first 9 videos where she teaches you pretty much every skill you need on how to make a sweater. Her next set of playlists is called Your First Bond Sweater, where you go with her taking all of these skills that she taught you in her first set of videos to make a child size 3 sweater. In a Sunday afternoon, I made this back panel. I first watched all her videos, and then I made this panel with her step by step. I did the back panel. I'm gonna next do my front panel, and then the 2 arm sleeves. It's a drop shoulder sweater that you make with her, and then she teaches you how to put it all together. They have been the best videos I have seen on how to use any bed knitting machine. So go check her out. She is amazing. I think you're going to love them, and you are going to see, and she teaches you tips and tricks. If your machine keeps sticking or it gets jammed, she talks about what different things you can do with that, and it's just absolutely amazing. So my machine that I got was used, and this one was probably manufactured in the late 90s or early 2000s. Now the original Bond was a black carriage, not a purple carriage like this, that was made in the 80s. And then sometime in the 90s, they switched from being called Bond Knitting Machine or Bond America Knitting Machine to Ultimate Sweater Machine, and they switched to this purple carriage. And from my research, I think they produced these until the mid 2000s, early 2000s, and then they have stopped production of them, so they are no longer manufactured. But you're still able to find them. I found mine on Facebook Marketplace for sale. I've seen a lot of them on eBay for sale. You can look at. Also look at like Macari. That's another app you can use for used items that people sell. Also look at garage sales and Craigslist to find knitting machines. So I hope you enjoy using your knitting machine as much as I have, and happy crafting, everybody.